Welcome back to another episode of Let's Go Hunt. Tonight, back from the undeath. Did you mean that? We have Sam Alexander, Colorado's third angriest man. Vince H. on the verge of something. Dave Packard, got nothing. And the Quackhead returns. I'm Mike Gonsalves. Tonight, we have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. Where do we want to start?
This drill bit that I just found on my desk.
That's
1/8.
It was actually, it's a number 32. No, wait, no, we go 5:30 seconds. That makes a hell of a lot more sense than a number 32.
I'm going to be honest, that's a bit more interesting than I thought it was going to be.
One drill bit to rule them all.
Oh, I was just making that joke with somebody. What the hell was I making that joke with? I don't remember. It wasn't with you guys. It was somebody else. There was in a long, drawn-out string of like Lord of the Rings puns. And it was a random object that was one to rule them all, and it was
Actually,
One
that's
pun-
your,
one
that's your
pun to
10
rule in
millimeter
the-
socket.
10 millimeter. Yeah. Except for the part where it comes into like to finding them because they can't
And
be
it
found.
faded out of mind and out of thought for 2,500 years. Right when I needed it most.
Was there, Gandalf?
Actually,
3,000
that's-
years ago.
That's fucking accurate because the Isildur is swimming through the water and the ring slips off his finger. Well, you pick up the fucking socket and it slips out of your hand,
Hmm.
and you hear it hit the concrete underneath the truck.
And then you look underneath and it's gone forever.
Can't find the damn thing. It definitely hit concrete though. Actually, the worst
Dude,
is
play this game while you have your car parked on grass.
I was about to say, Vince, I've been there, and Dave would know it too, and probably Mike. You're
Mhm.
changing car parts out on dirt. You don't get a nice clink.
Nope, you get a thunk, if
that.
if you're lucky.
Yeah.
You know it hit the oil pan, or not the oil pan, the thing that covers the oil pan. Damn it, what's that called?
The oil pan cover.
Skid pad. Yeah, the skid pad, skid plate, whatever.
The freaking the 2000s era Beatles.
Yeah.
There were some I don't know what the hell to call them because I only ever called them Panzer plates because somebody came up with skid plates for a 2000 series Beetle that were literally called Panzer plates.
Oh Jesus.
And I guess skid plates is what you'd actually call them, but ever since then I've called them Panzer plates because that's where I learned that these things existed.
I'm
What's
on
their-
board with that.
It's a great name.
Well, I guess they were tired of you bottoming out on stuff, and then you call it a skid mark.
Well, Sam's not used to bottoming out on anything, so
That's not true. I drove a 1998 Jetta. That thing bottomed out all the fucking time.
Well, I had a 93 Hyundai Excel. You don't even.
Ooh.
No one even knows what that car looks like.
Mike,
I do.
back where you used to throw sandwiches, those fucking speed bumps over by that storage unit,
Mm-hmm.
those big tall motherfuckers,
Damn those things.
those are the worst speed bumps ever.
I mean, to be clear, which storage unit which
the
are
one
you
o-
referring?
Oh, it's the one over by where you used to work, chucking
Yeah,
sandwiches around.
Yeah, the
On the north side, there's a pair of whatever. Never mind. Apparently,
I mean,
you never
there's-
drove over 'em.
I've driven over tons of speed bumps by storage units. I'm just curious which speed bumps by which storage unit.
The one right by where? Never mind.
Right by Jimmy John's?
Yes. You must have never driven over there. If you'd driven over there, you know exactly what I was talking about.
I mean, I've
They're
had
the
my
worst speed bumps in the entire city, and that's saying a lot for Colorado Springs.
I might-
Oh,
it's been a
anyway.
while. Anyway.
Anyway, so
Anywho.
Vince, what kind of terrible speed bumps do you have by your?
Potholes.
Yeah,
Hey, Dave,
we have speed
you-
holes.
Say, you have speed bumps, Dave?
No, speed holes.
Like
Oh.
that Canadian thing where they put like pictures of potholes on the road so people will slow down. Like, we got the real thing.
Uh-huh.
You ever seen the sign that's like, or it's not a sign, but it's sober people in like Michigan, and they're driving around the potholes. Drunk people in Michigan just driving straight through them.
I think I've seen something like that. That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Full send.
Yep. The faster you go, the less it hurts your car.
There are times where it is smoother to drive in the ditch than on the road.
Yeah. Been
I have
there.
a, cou- Yeah, I noticed people will do that with their driveways. Eventually, they just pick a new driveway.
Yeah.
Very
Lovely.
nice.
Respect.
All right, because I don't want to sweat to death, I'm going to talk about something I got in the mail real quick, which will be taken out into the field soon. And if you're watching live and you see me wave my arms around more than usual, it's because I am wearing the 5-star alterations Ringo Starr. We had him on back in what fucking end of July? It was right after GunCon, wasn't it?
You're
I
asking the
think so.
wrong motherfucker.
No, I'm
don't
asking
remember what
'cause I don't
happened
remember
yesterday.
either.
He was on the show at some point.
I think he was on in
Indeed.
July. Anyway, I got my wool poncho, little hobbit poncho in the mail from him. And I have been sitting around my house wearing it, living up to all of my childhood Lord of the Rings fantasies. Because back then I just used a bed sheet. Now I've got like a real hood.
Dude, I have to share this because you mentioned Lord of the Rings, but I literally just saw a meme. And you know the meme where Aragorn, he's turning back to the horde that or what's the little horde of good people behind him, and he's like, for Frodo, and he rushes off into the orcs. Well,
Yeah.
this one was like, for Frodo, and then Legolas and Gandalf are like, you got this, bud.
Oh, I was always
Any-
imagining everybody else in that crowd's like, who the fuck?
Who's
is that?
Frodo? Not even-
That
What's-
Dude, that'd be even better if you just pan to the extras and they're all like, who the fuck is Frodo?
We don't even know why we're here. We're
This
here
is-
under threat of violence.
We're here to commit violence under threat of violence.
Wonderful.
It
Anyway,
is feudalism.
Wonder about it.
I mean,
so I got the
Continue,
box-
Frodo.
I got the box in. It took a while because they are. I mean, Vince, you ordered.
that's not Frodo. That's Samwise ham and cheese.
It's Hamwise.
I mean, that is the character I kind of like personally identify with most, not just because of the whole name thing, but also I like food. However, carrying around a bunch of cast iron,
Yeah, I was
I'll
about to
give
say,
him-
show me your cast iron pan, and then we'll talk.
but no care. He's yep. I'll give him credit for that. I'm not carrying around a bunch of fucking cast iron.
Yeah, you know what? That's a big bad selling point to that whole. Let me carry this 20 fucking pound pan around with me. Yeah, that's a
What's
great
that when he
idea.
starts whacking orcs?
And why is Sam still fat at the end?
Actually, Mike's asking the real questions here. Where'd
All they
that
had was
lambus
lambus
go,
bread.
Sam? Where'd it go, Sam?
Hey, I was hungry.
Fat Hobbit says eats it all.
Anyway, so I got the box in the mail, and I was really excited about this. I've been waiting on it, and then he's been messaging me a little bit back and forth because he was waiting for the version 2 wool to get in. And I will not pretend to know anything about fabrics and materials, but I can tell you this is a hell of a lot higher quality wool than is in any military surplus or emergency wool blanket. It's still an 80-20 mix, but it's nice. I'd say it's roughly the same thickness, but it is so much softer. Like I only get a little bit of itchies out of this, and that's only because it's like if you washed it a couple of times, it'd probably get rid of all the itchies altogether. 'Cause
Does it
it's-
smell like rain?
No, it does not smell like rain. It smells like lanolin or wool. People who say that this smells like the day after a storm, they're freaking
Does it
insane.
smell like burnt toast?
That's city rain. That's hobo
It smell-
tea.
It's city rain. It's what it smells like after it hits the asphalt.
It smells like an Audi.
It looks
Anyway.
like an innie though.
I opened the box. It was all nice and folded in a little bag, had a little strip of wool wrapped around it, keeping it all tight and cinched. And nice presentation. And then I immediately put it on and then walked into my house and said hello to my wife. I did not open this box in the house. I specifically opened it outside to wear it in the house.
You had to make your grand entrance. Yeah.
It's one of those things that's easier to show than explain.
I'm actually pretty envious that you can actually wear wool up there.
I only
You
kind
get
of right
cold
now.
sometimes.
It's getting a little
Yeah,
toasty.
we do, but I like look, I'm gonna get one of those at some point, but I'm gonna be able to wear it maybe a month or two out of the year.
Yeah.
And really late at night, maybe. and it'd
Well,
be fine.
I got
Well-
it because it's cool. The issue with hunting in it in any season. Well, first of all, I don't want to wear this trying to chase around elk in the woods with a bow, but it's not orange. And although we talked about various ways of attaching orange to it, I don't think I'm going to be randomly velcroing half of an orange vest onto my back
Mm.
come later October. But it will be great for hanging around camp. I've already got a couple of upgrades I think I'm going to make to it. One of them is one of the issues with over the head ponchos is when the wind kicks up, everything starts flapping around, and there goes all your heat. So I'm going to put a couple toggles underneath the arm, taking some inspiration from some of my. I've got some Russian shelter halves, which are canvas, which are actually more perfect for Vince's type use, where you don't need wool. Anyway, they got little toggles under the arm. You can kind of make little pseudo sleeves, and I'm gonna take that extra strip and turn and make it. I'm gonna, like all good LARPing people, right before Comic-Con, I'm gonna go get my mom's help. She's got. I have a sewing machine. I know how to sew ish. She's got a sewing machine and a surgeon machine, and I can just say, "Hey, Mom, I want to add a chest little. I want to take this extra strip and make a little flap right here, so that I could reach in and access what's underneath." And she'll be like, "Okay, fine, we'll cut it," and boom, off we go. I'll be like, "Thanks, Mom." Unlike some of you people, I still have a mom and a dad.
Wait, who here's missing their mom and dad?
Missing dad.
Oh, okay.
Dead
yeah.
Dad Club.
I'm just speaking in general, not specifically to you people.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're
Broad brush strokes here. That's broad brush. About 2 foot wide. It's actually
Rhodesian?
more of a broom.
Is that the Rhodesian type of brushstrokes?
No,
That's,
no.
that's the
it-
best type of brushstroke.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Your excuse.
Sam tried to bring it up earlier. I have ordered from him so he also makes some ponchos sometimes in ripstop. And the last drop he did of those was Rhodesian brushstroke.
Mm.
And that's Vince's entire character arc now.
Yep.
Well,
He
to
doesn't
be
even
fair,
care-
Vince has always liked the Scout from Camerado, and that's basically the Rhodesian brushstroke colors. So this really isn't surprising. And
Oh,
to be fair, the Rhodesian brushstroke apparently works really well in or not the stroke, but the colors work really well in Oklahoma. So I bet the stroke itself works well in Oklahoma. We could call it the Strokeohoma, Rhodesian brushstrokeohoma.
It's a lot of words.
If I
It is
open up
way
that
too
box
many.
and it doesn't smell like burnt toast,
1 star.
does not
Did
smell
not
like-
smell like burnt toast.
I ordered a stroke and I did not get one.
Oh boy. Anyway, so now I'm gonna get out later this week, hopefully later this week, because beaver season opens tomorrow.
It
I should
does.
probably double check to make sure they didn't change the dates on me. That would be my luck.
That
Assuming they
You know-
didn't change the dates on me.
That's genuinely one of my biggest fears, like that somehow CPW has changed the dates or the regulations since the last time I looked 3 hours ago. It's not fun.
I don't think that's a totally invalid fear.
Not in this state.
Ty says your biggest enemies wearing a poncho are PTOs and barbed wire fences. And I can
Ooh.
say that pants were an
PTOs.
enemy for Mike's barbed wire fences.
Listen, barbed wire fences are just my nemesis to begin with. It's not pants.
No,
It's just
Barbed
me.
wire fences are what keep your nemesis in.
But he was trying to cross it,
Shut up.
There we go.
and he hung his nut parts on it. It was pretty hilarious.
The barb went straight up into the pants. Like, I'm glad they were jeans because they went right into the seam. If they were cargo pants, it would have caught me.
Oh, if you don't know what a PTO is, that's power takeoff on a tractor. It's a little drive line between the tractor and your implement, and it will tear you the fuck up.
Wasn't there a story of a dude who called 911 with his nose after he like fell on one of those or something like that and shredded both his forearms?
his mom called 911. He crawled to the house after his dog woke him up. But yeah, ripped off both his arms.
Was that it though? He shredded him
think
on
so.
the PTO.
Yeah, it was in Kansas.
Damn, dude. So anyway, yeah, I was gonna make a joke about personal time off, but
Well, you'd have to take some after that.
boss, you're still coming to work, right?
Yeah, no, so take it out.
No,
Don't worry.
that's
Take some
that's
pictures.
cool, man.
Oh, it's
Well-
it's absolutely fucking awesome.
We can't call you Frodo though, because you're obviously Samwise.
Well, obviously, I wouldn't want to be Frodo anyway. That little bitch quit at the end.
He sure did.
Got his fucking
Like he
fingers
got all the
cut off.
way there, and he's like, "No." Like Sam should have just pushed him in the fire with Smeagol. Like
He
they're
should have
fighting.
held on.
Smeagol and Sam or Smeagol and Frodo are fighting for the ring, and Sam should have just come up and been like, "This is Sparta," and kicked him into the fire.
Well, he should have just hung on to one of his frying pans.
Bong.
All right, now I don't have to kill Frodo. Now he's unconscious.
Dude, you just hit him with a 20-pound frying pan. He's dead. You just crushed his skull.
I'm trying to be optimistic here. You just nudge the
Oh
ring
my.
over the edge with the frying pan. Don't touch it. There we go.
See, that was so the plan the whole time was actually Gandalf was just going to throw the Hobbit and the ring into the fire. Like
Well,
that
'cause,
was
yeah,
the whole.
Gandalf can't touch the ring, so he's like, "Crap! I need somebody to hold it, but I'm kind of old. I need him to be small enough to pick up. Children's kind of iffy. We'll go for one of the short people."
See, I thought Gandalf's plan was to impale Frodo, probably Sam actually, because he was the fat one. Impale Sam through his mouth from one end to the other with his staff, and then roast him over a spit on the lava of Mordor.
I'm not
Okay.
sure which version of Lord of the Rings you've read and or watched, but it's not the same one I was watching.
It was
Yeah,
a
Lord of the
parody.
Rings.
Yeah, it's definitely a parody, and I question what websites you found it on.
It wasn't funny at all, but it was awesome.
It's a little
Mm-hmm.
kinky.
No,
See, I don't
Out.
Please
consider
stop.
eating things to be kinky. That's all right. Moving on.
okay, I'm going to launch into what I did this last week.
Please
Oh.
do.
What you
No.
do is you put the big old, because it's got a giant ass hood on it, so that even my large, big ass head fits inside, and my big ass head fits inside, even wearing an extra large ACH. But if you get the tubes on it, I got to figure out how to get this going with the old Gideon.
Every time
goggles.
you bring those up, they just remind me of nipples
Aw.
just not doing the right thing.
Nipples?
Yeah. One's looking at you, one's looking for you. Like you got to turn it around to look at it from our perspective because you're holding them up like this. But if you turn around and look at it like
You mean like this?
that also not
Oh.
ideal, but okay.
Anyway,
So Beaver Skins put the story of the PTO in the chat. January 1992, 18-year-old John Thompson of North Dakota lost both arms in a horrific farming accident involving the PTO and a grain auger. Okay, I'm not reading all that. I'm in any case, the story's real. It happened. I'm
he used
actually
his
shocked
mouth
I remember.
to dial 911. All right.
Good for
So
him.
sorry.
His wife must be proud.
This is 1992, so there was no touchscreen back then. So he must have been like,
Interesting. So he had to do the. It was like a touch tone phone. Burp, burp, burp with his tongue.
hey, good news is at least it's only 3 numbers.
I bet he ran out of tongue strength at the end.
Oh, I remember if it was a freaking rotary phone.
Ring.
Okay, so here's the thing about smartphones is that would not work with smartphones because once they get wet, their touch systems just stop working. So if you tried to dial 911 with your tongue, you're dead.
Use your
That's
nose.
why. Yeah, I use my
you're right.
nose.
You could use your nose.
No, I do that when I'm wearing
Mm-hmm.
like gloves in the stand and I don't want to take them off. I'll like smash my phone into my face to do things.
All right,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fucking moron. I've never thought to do that. I always take my glove off.
My
yeah,
hands are so
always use my
cold.
nose.
Well, you know, he's over here playing Brave Shadow Legends. No, what we're actually doing is looking for fucking kayaks on Facebook Marketplace, not paying attention to the ducks that are flying in.
Hey, should we shoot him? We should probably shoot him. Oh, and they're gone.
Yeah, see, Bob. But if Bob's in the chat, see, Bob? I've been waiting
See-
for Bob to be on so I can move on to version 2.
Bob, please tell me those look like nipples and like, please.
They're
That's
not
what it looks like.
nipples. Move on.
Yeah, they're not nipples at all.
I don't know what nipples you've been looking
All
at,
right,
but you're
lazy eye.
correct.
No, your first assumption was right because you said it looked like part of a tank. Anyway, moving on. I really need to take pictures of these things finally. My life has been terrible for
Vince.
the past month.
What did you do?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say something.
You-
you were.
Off the rails.
So this past Friday, we had our men's cookout at church, and a couple of years ago, we started doing a range setup. For everyone that can come out and they can bring their stuff to shoot, or they can shoot stuff we have sitting on the table. I took a few rifles out. I took a bunch of steel out and set a bunch of steel targets out there. Buddy of mine brought a full-sized IPSC steel target out there and put it at about 65 yards. We didn't have a long range or anything like that. We tried that, but he drove down there to where the guy said, "Oh yeah, we can put the target down here," and he calls me, he's like, "There's a deer blind right here." I'm like, "Yeah, bring it back." But I took a few things out there and I got to shoot. So one of our other guys has been into pistols a lot lately, brought out his pistol steel and a bunch of his pistols. So I got to actually shoot a number of handguns that I had not got to shoot before. We talked about it a little bit. One of the things was an LCP Max, which is just tiny little 380. Still got a 10-round flush fit magazine, but it's tiny.
What's the difference
And-
between the Max and the normal LCP?
The like stack and a half magazine basically
Yeah,
that
okay.
gets you 10 plus
Ins-
1 in a flush
And-
fit magazine.
What's the
Ins-
normal one? Like 6 or 7?
Like 6 or 7, I think.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Got to shoot one of those. It was okay. Though the sights were off and I could not hit anything with it.
Yeah, the
Um,
sights were off.
I shot it and he's like, "You're supposed to hit stuff with it." And like I looked at him and I was like, "Your sights are off. Don't give me this crap." But I also got to shoot. So actually, one of the cooler things he had a full-size staccato with like the 6-inch slide, and I was shooting that full-size IPSC at 65 yards. I think I was 9.5 out of 10, just going to town on it. There was
it
new
a skill, you
shooters
say?
out there. There was new shooters out there that were like 50% on that. The torso size steel at 65 yards with that staccato. It was a nice gun. I really did not need to be shooting it. But one of the other things he had that I
Did it
did
make
get
you
to
want to
shoot.
spend $4,000?
No.
That's a yes.
He drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
He's
you
done
did.
for it now.
Rip
Well,
fence.
the other thing he had out there was
Rip Vince's wallet.
he had a P365 X Macro Comp with a Wilson Combat lower grip module. And it turns out that fits in my little leather holster that I use for my Polymer 80 and just tucks real nice into the waistband there and is really easy to conceal. I did not expect that from the 17-round flush fit magazine, so that kind of upset what I had been thinking about what I wanted.
Which was
so-
staccato previously?
No, about we were talking. I don't know if we talked about that last week when you were gone.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I think so.
Me getting a P365 of some sort, and I was like, well, I want the one with the shorter slide and the X frame that is a 12-round flush fit, and I think I think I actually like the 17, but we'll get back to that later. We had a few of the normal guys who come out there and shoot some stuff, but we also had some younger guys come out who are in our college age ministry. So they came out there, they brought some of their own guns. We let them shoot stuff we had out there. One of them brought a Mosin, which turned out to be really fun. And he was the first one to step up there and try and shoot it, and he did not get it seated into his shoulder correctly,
Ooh.
and it kicked the ever-loving crap out of it.
Nice middle.
He's like, "Oh, that hurt." I'm like, you got you.
It's good.
Another. So I might have it's not an accident, but I think I might have sold a Gideon. What is this? A Judge XL, because the guy who had the staccato out there really liked the Judge XL. Because I had ye old Rhodesian high power out there, and we were shooting that at 65 yards too. And it's not as good as a staccato by any means, but it was doing okay. But he came up to me afterwards and he's like, "Which one was that? What's the name of the company?" And I pulled it up on his phone, showed him which one that was, and then I was like, "I got a coupon code."
Oh, I was going to ask if you dropped the coupon code.
He's like, "Oh, what is it?" Moist.
You said moist at church.
I might have.
Moist.
This chicken's really moist. There's lots of uses for moist at church.
Speaking of moist, I forgot. If you want to get a certain percentage off that's higher than 10% and better than other people's coupon codes at 5-star alterations for your own epic woolen poncho hobbit garb.
Hobbit
Coupon
gout
code
garb?
moist. Hobbit
I don't
garb.
think I want Hobbit gout garb. That explains why Sam was walking funny.
Use
And their
code
toes were
moist.
so swollen.
Use code moist. You'll
The
Yes.
get
joke is
more,
moist.
you'll
Anyway,
get more percents off than any other percents. Anyway, move on. Sorry, I just forgot to mention that.
what else? What else?
Was
did-
that a Gideon moist or was that a 5-star? I don't even. They're
They're
all
both
moist,
moist.
honestly. All the companies that like
What you do is you get your Gideon optics. You hold them in one hand. You get your woolen poncho in the other. You dip the woolen poncho a few times into the bucket. And then you wrap the optic in the woolen poncho.
and you go,
Now, together, they are moist.
this is genius. I'm into it. I'm so wet right now.
Mhm. Are you?
I'm a mute
Moist.
and boot you.
It's things like this.
So anyway,
Aw. The cruelty.
I had
I
a
hate
number
you.
of people out there that I had them shoot my stuff. Oh, that was the other thing. I took out my side-by-side shotgun because we had a pistol spot, a rifle spot, and a Clays over on the left. And Preacher Man was over there with the Clays, and I was like, "Here, I'm just going to leave this here if anyone wants to shoot it." And I look over, and there's a guy who's never shot the gun before, and he's just actually so the pastor has an automatic thrower. And I brought a hand thrower. So he was like, "Hey, give me that hand thrower." So he was tossing doubles out there. And I watched a guy who had never shot my gun before bust 2 Clays in a row with it. And I was like,
Nice.
I talked to him about it afterwards. He's like, "Man, that felt like cheating." I'm like, "Yeah, that's right."
Mhm.
That side by side is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I think it's
It-
cool that it actually worked, though. Like you were worried about it not working.
Yeah, it's
For
see, I
those-
realized as long as you put the dot on the target, it works.
Right,
But if you
right.
don't get the dot on the target, you miss. It's kind of strange.
For those,
Amazing, right?
unfamiliar, for those unfamiliar, Vince, what did you do to your side by side, real quick?
Oh, I drilled and tapped the rib on top, and then attached a Picatinny rail, and then clamped
ribbed
a
it for his
Gideon
pleasure.
granite to the top.
Which is far more professional than my suggestion of JB welding it on there. So good job, sir.
The granite is a really, really cool optic to put on that too. Didn't you have a much smaller one on there though? At first,
I might have just put like an old Romeo 5 on it at first, But then
Like
I was
after you,
wait a minute.
the first
Wait a
picture you sent was like just the tiny little dot because look what I did, and then you were like, "Ooh, granite."
The other thing I had the GT30 out there, and so I'm gonna turn my light up.
The GT30 being the 30 anniversary gun talk
Yeah,
rifle.
the 308
Okay.
Ruger basically. So I got the Midwest Industries, QD clamp on there, and so there was something I'd been concerned about, and I was like, maybe it'll be okay. It's that the QD levers are on the action
Ooh.
side of the gun,
Hmm.
and I was getting problems where I was having brass flip back into the action. I was like, either there's something wrong with the ejector, or it's this scope mount, which this is the new Midwest one. This is the version 2 or Mark 2 or whatever it is.
It's a fancy one.
And so I did do some shooting. I did take the scope off and have people shoot it just with the iron sights because it's really cool that way. But I'm gonna try. Do you see
Mm-hmm.
on the top lever right there that little mark?
Oh, yep.
That little brass mark just underneath
Yep.
the pivot point.
Yep.
You gonna gunsmith it?
Gunsmith.
I considered that, but then I was like, what if I just... So I took it home, I took some empty brass, and I started messing with it to see if I could replicate the problem, and I could. But then I realized if I moved the whole scope one slot further forward, it did not do it. So there's enough space in between the two levers that the brass comes out at the right angle, and the rim of... So it was the mouth of the case that was actually hitting right there. Excuse me. And so if you moved it just a little bit further forward, it did not do the thing. So I'm gonna keep this on here for now. I think it should work, but if I keep having problems with that, I'll have to do something else for optic or scope mount or what have you, because I'm still planning on doing some... Actually, kind of want to do all my hunting with this if I can. But also I'm planning on, I still think, trying to do my next run and gun with this rifle, which still kind of sounds like a bad idea, because I think I mentioned the guy, the match director's like, I think the thing I'm going for is like John Wick in Oklahoma or something. Like, so I'm gonna have to shoot fast.
That's a
Yeah.
terrible sounding theme. You should take that gun.
Yeah, I need a suit.
Birthday suit.
Whoa.
This is not John Wick.
Can
in
we not?
Florida.
Can we
Hey.
just not?
Close enough. It seems really weird that they put the QD levers on the right hand side of the optic when everybody does it on the left hand side.
Yeah,
That seems like a very strange decision to me. I've never seen a QD, or even hell, all the mounting bolts are usually on the left hand side, not the right hand side.
yeah, like all that, your 1/2-inch hex nuts and all that. Though I'd considered doing probably, man, it would just look so weird, but
Turn it around.
flipping it all around. It would look so bad.
It's fine.
So
Don't
bad.
worry about it.
What else did
Swept forward look.
I learn out there? Oh, I learned that my other AR so I have the YHM Turbo T2 suppressor, and if you mag dump with that sucker, it will gas you the hell out. I've got the binary trigger in it, and I tried to do a mag. I got halfway through a mag and I'm like, nope, I'm done. I can't breathe anymore.
Yep.
Did a little bit of shooting with my Polymer 80s. I did get the Shield Arms mags back, shaved down the front feed lip a little bit to make sure that they didn't get smashed by the barrel, and that seems to be working. Took those out, shot them. I was having issues where I was like, I'm not hitting with these as well as I thought I should. So I took everything out to the range today after work and realized that with 115 grain ball ammunition, everything was shooting like 3 or 4 inches to the right at 12 yards. Whereas with my 147 like hand loads,
Yeah.
like dead on. So I was like, okay, that explains why I was having trouble with the range ammo, because
Yep.
we had range ammo out there, so we were just
That'll
all
do.
cranking away with that.
Were you cranking your frog?
No, I was Rhodesian brush stroking my frog, Mike.
That's an
Brush
advanced.
stroking my frog.
That's an advanced move. He hasn't learned that one yet.
You have to level up.
They only teach you that one after you've had your third child.
Gross.
He's still on level 1.
Can
They
we
teach you
move
the
on
stealth.
now?
They teach you
I
the
regret
stealth
bringing
stroke.
this up.
Put my hood back up. I'm gonna hide now.
I sometimes I just wish I could shut up.
Oh,
Did you?
So do you.
so getting back to the concealed carry pistol chronicles, I shot that X macro comp that one of the other guys had there, and so I was like, okay, I do want the comp. And there was one on Gunbroker that had the 12 round flush fit frame and a comp slide. I was like, I'm gonna bid on that, right? So I bid on that, and I ended up winning the bid on that,
Ooh.
and it should be here
Mhm.
on Thursday.
How did you win the bid on that, though?
Yeah,
money.
we were talking about this. So at first I was looking at the bid history, and it seemed really weird because there was like a brand new user slowly bid up to my max bid and then bid no further.
Like, you won $1 above your or $1 above his high bid, right?
Yeah. But after looking at it, I realized that this individual had bid on it like 10 days prior as well. So I'm starting to think that it was just an idiot. Like at first I thought it was a bot or the guy's buddy or something. No, I think this is just an imbecile. Because they bid up $5 at a time once they got to the 15-minute mark.
You know what? Yeah, Hanlon's razor applies here. I'll give it a pass.
Can you explain Hanlon's razor for
No,
you know?
because I just learned what the name of it was after saying the phrase for years and years and years, and now I refuse to help anyone else. It's never apply malice where stupidity will do.
Right. Okay.
Again, people kept
I've
throwing
heard the
that
phrase.
damn name. People kept throwing that damn name around in conversations. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. The only razor I know is the one I shave with occasionally, in Occam's razor. And found that I Googled it and went,
Kawasaki?
"Oh fuck, I've been saying that for years."
The Kawasaki razor?
Yeah, that
I
one.
love the Kawasaki razor.
But anyway, I got the new concealed carry on the way. I'm gonna yoink the Valor Mini off
Yoink.
my Polymer 80 and throw it on there and get that sighted in and see how that goes, and we'll report back. What else?
I don't know.
I don't think I had anything else on that.
that is
unless you-
very neat.
Unless y'all want to hear about my Coyote Chronicles.
Absolutely.
I'd like to hear about Mike's Duck Chronicles before we get too late into this.
I'm
Oh, Duck
yeah.
Chronicles from Mike.
I'm gonna go deep because I wasn't.
Okay, I'm
here
out.
and
Nope,
I've
nope,
got-
Coyotes,
Listen,
coyotes, talk about
we
coyotes.
should not be out because you know damn well I can't go deep that way.
We've already.
I
talked
don't
about
care.
The
I
stealth
don't
stroke.
care any in short, shallow, deep, medium. No, I'm out.
any level of depth whatsoever.
Even the
No, thank you.
insinuation of depth.
Like the image. No, thank you. Anyway, So, yeah, I wasn't here last week, but I was going to talk about it then. We'll talk about it now. I pissed off a whole lot of people in the Colorado waterfowls page on
Oh.
Facebook. That was funny.
No, I thought you were about to talk about hunting ducks last week. I'm thinking, but you went,
I am.
you
I
went
am. This
week
is related, but
I'm so
we'll get
fucking
there.
confused.
We'll get there. I'm just being sassy. So last weekend
Being
was the
sassy.
military duck opener. I don't know if it's a nationwide thing, a federal law to open up ducks to military and veterans a week early, or if it's just Colorado. But as a vet, I was able to go out duck hunting last weekend. Went up to 11 Mile, took my daughter. We camped out. If you remember a couple months ago when I was talking about the guys who took my camping spot, that's the spot that we camped at. And
You beat the guy who took your camping spot and then like spent the rest of the weekend serving you on hand and knee.
basically, yeah, the
Yeah.
one who gave me
Yeah.
fish and beer and yeah. It was
Taught
quite
you
neat.
how to fish and how
Wait,
to
he gave
spin
you a
and how to
beer
drink
too?
beer.
Yeah. I mean, he gave me a beer and it wasn't even roofied. It was amazing.
Well, not that you remember.
Fair enough.
Mike found a bro in the wild.
This fucking guy.
Mike entered the tall grass and it's like diddly diddly doo. A wild bro appears.
Don't say diddly diddly do and expect bros to appear. You don't say anyway.
Dusky's right. He whizzed his rod. Yeah, that was the whole title of that episode.
Yep.
He is correct. That was the Whiz My Rod episode.
Bro
So
uses whiz. It's super effective.
Anyway, so my scouting earlier in the summer, it paid off. We got up there late. There was, Saturday. Not going to get into it, but last week was a rough week for me. So Saturday, I really didn't even want to go, but I dragged my ass up there anyway with my daughter because I knew that I had to. And when I say I had to, I had to do it for me. I couldn't just wallow at home. So I went up. We got there about 3 p.m. Sunset was 6:45. We got camp all set up. And when we pulled in, I could see a flock of like 8 to 10 sitting in a little Sam, what would you call, like, in the lake, the little cutouts in each part of the lake, like where it goes from
Cove.
one point? Yeah. Thank you, Dave. There were about 8 to 10 in the cove, about 200 yards away from the campsite. So we pull in and I'm like, let's get camp set up. See if they're still there. If they're still there, maybe we'll put a stock on them or like do something later. Later came. I went out there and I did more military shit than I ever did in the Air Force. I low crawled basically like 50, 60 yards. The ducks were from the road. They were about 100 yards from the road. So there was a little dip in the road and then a rise, and you could basically low crawl and stay out of sight from the ducks until you got about 50, 40 yards away from them. So I go in there and I'm low crawling. I'm doing shit I've never done for real before. And I'm like, this is awesome, but also sucks quite a bit.
Like Rambo meets Apocalypto.
Basically,
Just
yeah.
crawling through the mud.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't muddy, but there was
Oh, were
cactuses.
you wearing your
and-
waders?
I was. So it got kind of hot too, because my waders are neoprene and insulated,
they-
and it was about 60 degrees.
Didn't they just collect like mud and water all the whole way?
No, because I was on dry land.
Okay.
So you have the lake, you have the cove that they were in, and then you have about 100 yards of dry land to the road that leads to the campsite. And I was low crawling on that dry land stuff. There were bushes and grass and stuff that I was using for concealment. And every time I got closer and closer and I could see that they might be able to see me, I would like roll to the like military roll, put my shotgun up to my face, roll over. I got to give Klecker and his holster credit here because that thing held up really well to all my dumb shit.
Fucking
Do a
ducks
barrel
are-
roll.
The ducks are
It was a barrel roll.
The ducks are in there going, "What is this? What's this fucking idiot doing?"
What a quackhead. Anyway.
Would you consider yourself a water squatter? Squatter?
I will now.
The
So I-
ducks just hear Mike. Dan, 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 dan,
But
dan,
in Peter
dan,
Griffin's voice. Dan, dan,
dan,
dan.
dan, dan, dan. No, what was the one? What was the one? Oh, it was the Axel Foley theme song.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another.
Yeah. That's Mike the whole way from the road to the lake.
I'm gonna do that on
40
camera
minutes.
next time.
They
I got
listened to
the
that
whole
for
thing on-
40 minutes.
Yes, I got the whole thing on camera. It was awful. So I
Wait,
finally get.
There's evidence of this.
Yes, there is video evidence of me low crawling and rolling and stalking ducks.
you just hear all these
Fart.
oh.
Oh, I can
Oh
feel
my
it
gosh.
creeping up the neoprene.
I shouldn't do that in waiters.
It hit me in the face. Anyway, so I got within about 60 yards of them, and then they started doing that duck thing, Sam, where they're like, there might be danger nearby. Let's swim away lazily. They started doing that, and there was a second cove on the other side. They started swimming around that, and once they disappeared behind the second point, I was like, God damn it. It was at that point I realized the wind was directly
That
at
you
my
done
back,
fucked
and
up?
ducks are terrible at like lots of things, but they still probably smelled my stinky ass. So
Especially
the
with
ducks,
in those waiters.
So the ducks winded me. I screwed that up, and I realized that and just got frustrated. And I was like, damn it. All right, they winded me. They're gone. Like, they're not gone, but I can still. They went behind the second point, which means I could stand up and crouch and move quicker. So I tried that, and it didn't work. They all flew away. So I give up dejected, start walking back to the truck. It's sunset was 6:45. This was about 6:20, I think. And as I'm about halfway to the campsite again, and I see movement above me. I look up, and there's 4 ducks, and this is on video. You can see my GoPro like pan to the 4 ducks as they land right back in the cove I was just stalking. And I was like, I am not low crawling that bullshit again.
So did you try our other tactic of just
I did.
charge?
I did. So let me tell you how I charged. I got down. I found a piece of grass, a bunch of grass that was like just enough concealment to low crawl, and just as fast as I could, blah, 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 right up on them. It's on video. I got to a point where the water kind of seeped in towards the road a little bit, and I had to cross through that with my waders. But I did it. I was like running, and then I went splish, splish, splish. Got to the dry side, low crawl, and I got within what I thought was range, popped up from behind the grass, and nailed 2 of them with 1 shot. And then I took 2 shots at the fleeing ducks and missed both of them.
That's how it goes.
It is. So
I'm
I got
just
a drake
wondering-
and a mallard with 1 shot. Or I'm sorry, I got 2 mallards, a drake, and a hen with 1 shot on Saturday night. It was amazing.
I'm just remembering last year when we were fucking going through like, all right, we got to be really fucking quiet. Well, we're not being
Mhm.
quiet enough. All right, really fucking quiet. This isn't working. Let's try running. Okay.
Yeah. Let's be faster. And that worked.
Uh-huh.
And I wish I'd remembered that lesson from last year, because I might have just like
Hell, I didn't remember.
crouch
I didn't
sprinted
remember
to
it
the,
either.
yeah.
I can't wait
So-
to look back on these earlier episodes. Like once you finally figure out how to call, and you're like, "Oh, remember when I was stalking ducks?"
Well, I have.
Remember when me and Sam were like, "Hey, fix bayonets"?
It's funny you
Charge!
mention that, because I do have some stuff to talk about the calling, and there's a reason I didn't call this trip.
Did you forget them?
No,
Oh,
they
Yeah.
were broken.
how the
Like-
fuck?
I honestly don't understand how they break, but it might be the cheap ass calls that I got. My teal call still worked, but my goose call was broken. It's wood, and the reed fell out. Like the reed and the blower doodad that fell out, and you can put them back in, but for the mallard part of the call, I think it like the reed itself was fucked up. So when I went to blow in it, it was like, and I was like, that's not what mallards
It's a
sound
cat
like.
call now. Meow.
Hello.
Just buy a
So-
small clarinet, and you can just change tones as you need to, and just
Don't say
I'm
that.
kind
I'm,
of-
I'm gonna
I'm-
dig
I'm-
out my recorder from 4th grade and be out there.
like Kenny G with a shotgun.
I'm kind of into it.
Yeah, but we got to do that in the water.
I'm kind of into it. Regardless. So anyhow,
You know the it's the do the cool cool saxophone dude or whatever.
Oh,
it is.
yeah.
mhm.
It's just that Mike's up front with the saxophone while I'm paddling the canoe as he's trying to like.
Sounds like this is
Seduce.
the gayest thing I've ever done.
I'm just trying to play some cool jazz for
He's
these
just trying
ducks,
to
man.
seduce all the ducks in up there, thrust his little hips as he belts it out in the saxophone, man. And yeah,
Plot
Vince is
twist,
right.
it's working.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, fuck, this is gay.
Mike, the Japanese duck charmer.
Yeah, but
There-
but
That's it.
it's got just a little bit of Bill Clinton in there.
Gross. Never say that again.
Wait, look at that hair.
Anyway. So, yeah,
The
nailed them ducks.
saxophone's got a shotgun built into it.
Ooh, it's a shot's good phone.
Or we just duct tape a
I didn't even rethink
saxophone
that.
to a shotgun. There we go.
No, but you have to do it backwards if that's the direction we're going with it.
Like take the shotgun backwards so it
Yeah,
Kurt Cobain's me.
yeah.
Hey, have I ever told you why you can't ride in the front seat when you're riding with Kurt Cobain? Because he already
He
called
called
shotgun.
Because he's
yeah.
dead.
Shut up, Vince. So I'm going to pause the story right there. I need to talk about Gideon for a second because I had the Gideon the advocate that Bobbert sent me last year. I did a thing that apparently Bobbert says nobody has ever done before, and I broke one of the thread inserts in the optic itself.
Oh shit, that's what
Bruh.
you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I've totally misunderstood this whole time. I thought he sent you a brand new optic because you stripped the screw.
No, I didn't strip the screw. I broke the thread insert, so the screw would neither loosen nor tighten. So I had to drill that
How the hell did
motherfucker
you do
out.
that?
I don't know. Thread inserts. Thread inserts break all the time. It's honestly a thing.
Well, that's
Like-
when you drill it out, and then you just drill and tap it with a larger screw. So you got three that are one size, and then another one that's a little bit bigger. It's fine.
It's fine. So anyway, I told Bob about that, and he's like, okay, and he sent me a new one. So I put the new one on the shotgun after taking some video or some pictures of it on something else that we'll discuss much later down the road. The warranty for Gideon, honestly, fantastic. Hey, I broke a thread insert. Okay.
He's like, wow, what a retard. All right.
I mean, he probably was, because how the fuck did some dumbass break his thread inserts? But
they shared that email around the office. Like,
You just
I bet they did.
Look at this guy.
He was
He just
probably like, "Hey,
replies-
Mike, look what this dummy did."
Ugga dugga, ugga dugga.
Well,
Me
did you
send
use it?
new optic.
Did you torque the screws? Yeah, I got the big old 24-inch torque wrench for my car.
It's just,
24 foot-pounds, right?
yeah.
Eric.
So I have to give massive props to Gideon Optics for the. Can you not make fun of me for like 3 seconds while I'm telling stories?
Wait, is it the please I want some more kid?
No, that's Tiny Tim from 1951 Scrooge.
Oh, fuck,
Yes,
I haven't
that's-
seen that one.
Wait,
Dude,
No,
the
you're
hair
right.
though.
I
It's-
know.
It's not.
It's uncanny. Did not 10 out of 10. Do not enjoy that. Never
Wait,
again.
guys.
I do.
I think Mike's a vampire.
So Gideon Optics is actually in the chat. Our lovely Bobbert. He says I deal with the most depraved and irresponsible humans roaming this planet. Yeah, you're one of them, Bob. Never pulled a mic yet. None of them have broken a thread insert. Leave it to the Air Force guy.
This is like when they diagnosed my dad with shingles in his eyeball, and the freaking optometrist starts calling over everyone else in the freaking office because, like, you'll never actually see this in real life. Come over here. Look, 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 look.
Why were there roofers installing shingles on your dad's eyeball?
I can't make the joke I want to. I'll be called racist. So we're moving.
Ah, si, senor.
All right, fair enough.
We
So,
take
yeah.
lines from 1 to 4.
Massive props to Gideon. If something goes wrong with your shit, like if you ordered an optic because we told you to order their optics and it breaks, contact them. They will replace it. No big deal.
Yeah, but don't
Love
mention
that.
our name because they'll be like, "Oh fuck, it's these guys again."
Yeah, no. If you tell Bob that Mike said to do it, he'll be like, "Yeah, no."
If you use our coupon code, make sure you go in the order notes and say, "I found it on Reddit."
Oh God.
That way, you'll be insulated from us. You'll be
Are we
air
gonna have to change it to like LGH Moist 25?
Oh, that's that. No, like it's gotta be. We'll go from moist to wet, and then we'll go from wet to soggy, from soggy to
We're going
just so on and
way
so
too
forth.
far.
Yeah,
Is what
I'll
we're
get-
going to.
I'll get the thesaurus out. It'll be fine.
No, don't do that. Stop. It'll be terrible. So yeah, again, massive props to Gideon for the warranty thing. I don't know how I did it, but moving on. So the next morning,
Damp, humid, muggy, rainy, soggy, watery, clammy, dampish, dank, dewy, dripping, dripping, drippy, dripping, drizzly, irregulous. I've never even heard that before. Not dry, oozy. Ooh, that's a good one.
I
So
like
we've
that.
got a whole list of potential coupon codes here. We're good.
I'm feeling
Anyway,
oozy
continue on.
tonight, fellas.
Like UZI.
Bob, can we change our coupon code to oozy?
No, we cannot. Shut up.
Nope.
No, because then everyone will be like, oozy, like UZI?
No,
Okay.
like the secret
Like,
of
are
the
y'all
oozy.
Jews now?
Oh, I actually saw a license plate the other day that said
I did not
WWOJD.
think. I did not think that you were going to say what you said. Vince said Jews, and you're like, "Oh, I saw," and I thought you were going to lead or follow with
I
that.
saw Ben Shapiro's video yesterday.
Fuck.
So yeah, WWOGD. It was awesome. And I told that to one of my coworkers, and she was like, "What does that mean?" And I was like, "What would OJ do?" Anyway, so like I said, went through some shit last week. Did not sleep well that night at all. I managed like the first modicum of sleep I remember getting was right around 2 a.m. I checked my little sleep ring, and I was like, "You got 3 hours. Cool. Thanks, sleep ring. I'm glad I know that now." When I was tossing and turning all night, I looked out the tent and I noticed it was starting to get light outside. I was like, well, I guess I'm up. May as well go set decoys. Got up, went and set decoys, sat down on them. About 20 minutes in, as
No
is
wonder-
tradition.
No wonder no fucking ducks showed up. You're sitting on your own damn decoys.
Yeah, they're like, that motherfucker's a human.
Did you twist while you were there?
I hate you. I was starting to fret because that is tradition, and it was only about 20 minutes. I got a flock that came straight into the decoys. They came from the south, away from shots that I had heard towards north. Yeah, north. My bad. East. I don't.
Westish.
Yes, westish.
The
Towards.
thing about 11 Mile that's weird is it runs east
Yeah.
and west, and you camp
Yeah.
on the north side of it, but it doesn't feel like it for some damn reason.
We were on the south side.
Oh, you were on the cow side.
Yes, we were even further down the cow side. We were like 2 or 3 miles further east from the cows.
You know what I want to do? But the problem is everybody does it there. I want to put on my waders and like walk up the freaking the river running into it / that
The mouth
inlet.
of the river.
Yeah, and like try and like have a shotgun over my shoulder and a fly rod in one hand and succeed at catching no fish or shooting any ducks. But
Well,
it'll
I've-
feel really cool.
Last year I rode the kayak up into that mouth, and I startled off quite a few ducks. So that might actually be a thing. You
It might be a
not get it.
later season thing when there's not as many people around.
Yeah, I think so. Because that's when it was probably like the end of October when I did this, because we had just gotten the boats, if you remember. So got the decoy set up. First flock comes in, and I was watching them, and my calls were broken, so the best thing I could do is just watch. I can't
It's just
call.
quack.
So I had the teal call, and I made some feeding calls, and I made some brief quack, just nothing big, but not at the ducks. When I see the birds coming in, I don't make a sound. I like to, and I don't know if this is the right way to do it or not. I'm just experimenting. I'm just learning. But going from our experience last year, Sam, every time you quacked at a duck, like they'd be coming in, and then you'd quack, and they'd be like, "Nope." It was weird. And I don't know if it's because you were quacking wrong, or they just, like, the ducks were like, "That's not accurate
They're
duck
like,
sound."
"Hey, that's one of those $15 Primos calls. Fuck out of here. We've heard that one before."
Probably. So I just did my thing, and I sat silent, and I watched. This first flock came in from the west, and I was facing west, so they came in straight at me. I got excited, and I was like, "I'm gonna take a shot." And I was like, "No, calm down, see what they do." So they flew directly over me. I didn't move. I just watched with my eyes. They flew directly over me. And one of the things that Fish Squeezer told me to do with my decoys was set them up in kind of a U-shaped pattern with one string longer than the other on one side of the U, and then a bunch of decoys at the very tip of the U. So like 5 or 6 at the tip, and then 4 on one side, 6 to 8 on the other side, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Basically, you do that into the wind so that the U is pointing directly into the wind. It's kind of like a runway for them.
Yep.
And I literally watched these ducks circle over me, start to flare out, to slow down, go down the downwind leg, swing around just like a fighter pilot, and start to flare out for landing. And I was fascinated by it. And then once I got over my fascination, I was like, all right, they're in range. So I popped up with the Advocate, and I discovered a slight flaw with the Advocate. And I don't know if it's just the weather or whatever, but I
didn't have it attached to a gun. Oh no.
I went to shoot him, and I was just looking at him it was a monocular.
Yeet.
Did you know that 1X prisms don't work well as monoculars? They work great as optics, but not. So anyway, I come up to find my sight on these ducks as they come in, and it's completely fogged, and I can't find a goddamn thing in them. So here's the cool thing, though. The mount that I put on my Remington 1187, and no, I'm not using the Retay right now because
Tay.
I got a $40 mount from Amazon or whatever. I don't even remember the brand. It doesn't matter. But the way that it works, you take the pins out of the trigger group in the shotgun, and you replace them with screws that screw into nut plates on the rail mount. If you follow our Instagram, you've seen it. If not, follow our Instagram. You'll see it. So I put the Advocate on top of that. Well, the way this mount works is it comes up over the receiver of the shotgun, and then it has a little hump underneath it where you have just enough room to sight down the bead. And I was like, I can't see. It's fogged. So instead of panicking, what's that?
I hope you were yelling that.
Well, in my head, I was.
It'd be more entertaining if you were. I'm just saying.
And I really wish that I had
out there
this on film, unfortunately, but
he was just out there, motherfucker, goddamn piece of shit, motherfucker. Because I do that shit.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
So I sighted down the bead, as these ducks are coming in, and I actually was like, "Ooh, there he is!" And I dropped a drake with the bead sight underneath the Advocate. And I thought that was really, really cool because one, I had the presence of mind to remember that I can still use my bead sight, and two, the massive irony that I put an optic on my shotgun for increased visibility and had to use extremely limited visibility to try to find a duck and shoot it,
Yeah.
and actually managed to do it.
So
Um,
did it fog up on the outside of the lens or on the inside?
on the outside. It
Oh,
was
so you had it too
just
close
like
to the balls.
it was. I might have actually breathed on it as I brought it up. I might have been like,
We'll make sure this is clean.
like accidentally, of course. But other
Mhm.
things were fogging. It was a very humid morning, so my glasses were fogged when I pulled them out of the tent. So, like, I'm not really surprised. It's a thing that anybody who wears glass on their face understands that sometimes humidity just you can't see.
It just be like that.
It just be like that. So I thought it was really cool. I managed to transition to bead sight and still drop a duck. So I run out there and I pick up the duck and I'm like, yeah, I got a duck. All right. So I'm up to 3. I've got the hen and the drake from yesterday, and I've got the drake from today. And I'm like, you know what? Even if nothing else, and these are all mallards. These are more mallards. Like this one drake I just dropped is more mallards than I've ever gotten at 11 Mile. So let's be clear on that. So then I wait another 20, 30 minutes and I'm sitting on my decoys and another flock comes in. I watch them. They said nope and left. To be fair, they just gotten shot at too. I heard the shots. And then like another 10, 15 minutes passes by and I just happen to look up and I see 4 just scooting real low, like water level, right above the decoys, and they go whoosh right over my head. And as I watch, they also do the exact same thing, the ones with the drake that I shot. They circled around to the downwind leg, came back around, flared out, and started to come in for their landing. It was the fact that it was so much like fighter pilots, it tripped me out. And when I told some other people who had like, I'd never even thought of that. Yeah, it the likeness is to be fair, pilots land into the wind for a reason because the wind coming at them increases their stall speed and it's less risky for them. I have no doubt that for birds it's the exact same. They come into the wind so that they can not fall directly into their face because birds have a stall
they
speed
don't
too.
meteor into the water, just
Exactly.
like
Which-
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Duckins. Splash.
Meanwhile, the lead duck is just singing "Highway to the Danger Zone" as he wheels around.
Highway to shit. It's actually the danger zone.
Oh no, it's
So-
Goose.
I wish. As they start to flare out, I'm like, all right, now's a good time. So I stand up from my position slowly and bring the gun to bear on them, and they're still coming in to land. It wasn't until like I stood up fully, they were like, oh no, and I had already shot the first one. It was down. I transitioned to the second one because it was a lot higher. Dropped it. It landed on the ground with such a satisfying. Oh, it was great. I didn't mean to hit my mic. That's not the ideal sound, but
Part of your mic.
I am my own mic paw.
I mean, I hit my mic occasionally, and I mean it every time.
And I get mad every time you do it because I don't like being hit. Damn it. Stop it. So I dropped 2 out of the 4, went out to get them, and I was like, cool. They're both hens. I guess I've got to be really careful from now on because the limit for mallards is 5 mallards, but no more than 2 can be hens. The aggregate total is 6 birds per day. This is important. Pay attention, kids. 2 hens per day, 5 mallards per day, 6 total ducks per day. So I sat on the decoys for probably another 30 minutes. Actually, Ella, when I went out there to set the decoys, I asked Ella if she wanted to come out and sit with me and watch the decoys, or if she wanted to stay in bed and sleep. And she was like, I want to sleep. And I was like, all right, that's fair. We're 200 yards away. It's not like you don't know where I am. So as I dropped those two hens, she was coming out and I heard her behind me. That was awesome, Daddy. And that was the best feeling. It really was. So as she comes out, she sits with me for another half hour. She starts to get cold, and I'm like, all right, well, nothing else is happening. I don't hear any other shots. I don't see any ducks flying. Like, I guess we could. I'm sitting currently at 5 total mallards for my weekend trip. I'm pretty happy.
Not too shabby.
Right. And I was like, hey, do you want to go out on the boat with me? And she's like, no, not really. She had made friends with 2 boys that were across the campsite from us, as is tradition. And so she wanted to go play with them. So I was like, well, all right, if you want to play with them, I'll take the boat out and I'll see what I can do. And she was like, all right, cool. Good deal. I took the boat out. I went east towards the dam and I started chasing buffleheads. And I have discovered a theory that I think the buffleheads that live up there all the time, because none of them would let me within 100 yards of them. Like they remembered from last year what happened. Like, no, they didn't get massacred last year, but they definitely got shot at and they didn't enjoy it. And every time this big weird duck comes floating around, they get shot at, so they leave.
This is a theory I have.
It is a theory I have.
No, there's a theory I have. It's about the whole, the 3 shells in your shotgun.
Okay.
Not only does it keep people from just, obliterating flocks of ducks at a time, right?
Right.
But
Which
it
was the entire
also-
purpose.
Right. It also educates the
Yeah.
ones that got away. So there's that add-on effect. So you have some that have been educated, and it also so you have this thing where you have ducks actually learning, like, hey, let's not let this imbecile in this kayak anywhere near us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're 100% right. Like, ducks aren't exactly smart animals, but did they wind me? Probably. Did they know I was coming after them? Probably. So,
Like
I chased-
It's not like they're smart, but they just don't want to die.
right, exactly. It's just a matter. It's a survival instinct, and it's totally understandable. Like, if I saw a kayak coming towards me, and I was like, that motherfucker made a lot of noise and like killed Bob last year, I might run away too.
No.
No, Bob.
You killed Bob?
Not actual Bob. We don't want to kill actual Bob. We like
I was
Bob.
about to say the man fixed your shit for you
No.
and you killed him. What an asshole!
No, there's like a million Bobs out there. So
Okay,
not-
guys,
not
I had
the
an
Bob.
idea. I had an idea, and while I was sitting here, I did it.
Oh, is that on de Mosseberg?
No, this is a slide action 30-06 Remington
Oh,
760
gee.
Game Master.
You just made Mike obscenely hard, and I'm not here for it. I don't like this at all.
with the granite on it. And
Fantastic.
there's another one back here that I could put a magnifier if I wanted. So I could do magnifier and red dot on pump action 30-06.
Bro.
No,
I would like to say thanks. I hate it, but that's actually fucking.
you don't hate it at all.
No, I don't. That's amazing.
Like he's hitting the print screen button. He's gonna be going back to this for a while.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is
Yeah.
definitely going in the spank
It's good.
bank.
You're gonna be on a heavy rotation.
And this is why nobody I work with listens to my show, our show.
That's good because those are all sweet, innocent Chick-fil-A employees. And
Yeah,
This is true.
your manager's like 18.
She's 16.
Not
It's
making
any
a good
better.
case, man.
Quit while you're ahead. Good grief.
Should have just said, "Yep." Mm-hmm.
You're
I
like,
mean,
mhm.
these are facts. I work with teenagers. So,
Anyway,
anywho, the buffleheads kept running away, and I was like, all right, damn it. I guess I'm not getting any buffleheads. There were absolutely 0 coot. I don't know where they are, but they were not there.
Ain't there yet.
Right.
I can't remember. I didn't see any of those damn coot the first year we were out there this early, or at least I was out there this early in the season. I wasn't out there this time last year. I was out there more towards the middle of the month.
Yeah, we
So,
were
I guess is they
when
just
we
haven't
went
come
was
down here yet.
yeah. I think you're right. I think they haven't just come down yet. Because it was like mid-month or late month, late October last year when we saw those idiots out there shooting coot, and we were like, "Hey, that's a really good idea. We should
Why can't you
probably
just
do
call
that."
them
too."
idiots when it's like, oh, we should do that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those idiots are doing the exact same thing we're doing, but we're not idiots. Yeah, okay.
geniuses.
All
Yeah, except for
Husky
they
says all hoot no coot. Woo.
They look like they were better at it than we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
More coordinated. Definitely could paddle on a straighter line than I could with somebody else in my canoe.
You the problem with you is you don't know what straight looks like.
That's not true at all.
That fell flat.
It didn't
And the
have to
problem with
be-
me, is I can paddle my way in a nice straight line just fine on my own. And then I stuck somebody who weighs more than me in the front of my canoe, and we had a lot of problems.
Yeah. To be clear, it was not me that weighs more than him.
Oh,
Oh,
so
definitely
you just didn't balance your load.
That was
Sam
part of
has
it.
a problem with that.
That was
You
part
got-
of
you
it.
got- you got
Rear
balance it out.
steering it gets kind of fucky sometimes. Like if
Well,
you're hauling
especially-
ass on a forklift and you hit a bump, you're like,
Uh-huh. I drove a lot of jammers in my 14 years. For those that don't know, a jammer is a bomb lift truck with rear wheel steering. It's a diesel motor with hydraulic everything. It's a lot of fun to drive, but
really fancy forklift.
basically, yeah, without the forks. Strangely enough, you actually have fork attachments. But moving on. So Buffleheads wouldn't let me nowhere close, so I was like, all right, cool. Anything that was floating, I chased. I actually managed to get a range on some things and learned what things look like at certain ranges. I got a range on the Mergs, the Mergansers that I started chasing. I popped one, it was at 62 yards. So I was like, all right, I can do better. So I kept paddling, paddle. There were two Drake Mergs and a Hen Merg. To be clear, I did not know that they were Mergs. I might not have shot at them if I had known they were Mergs, because I shot a Merg a couple years ago and it
Fucking
wasn't
fish duck.
it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad at the time. But I'm gonna get into that. I see these ducks. They're Mergs are ducks. And they're just they have a really thin beak with tiny little teeth that are meant to grab fish. They're fishy ducks.
Merg, it's Dirk.
Oh my god, they took my Merg. Anyway. So I start chasing I chased the Mergs after I ranged one at 62 yards. I got a little bit closer, and I was like, you know what? They're still not spooked. They're not scared of me yet. They're just cautious. I'm going to take a shot. So I lined up, took a shot at one of them, and wounded it enough that it could not fly, and emptied my other two shells at another one, vacating the premises, as is tradition. I then spent another 3 shells trying to kill this goddamn duck because
It's a diver.
no, it didn't dive.
No.
That's a thing that is a problem, I admit. But this particular instance, it didn't dive. It just, I would get
Just
close
missed.
enough to where the bow of the
No.
boat was within like 2 or 3 feet of it, and it would just like take its wings and swim as fast away as it could. And I'm like, what? So it's within 5 yards, and I can't just go blow its head off, which, I mean, I could, I suppose, but
You totally could.
I paddled off 20 yards and then dropped it that way because
You just
So-
wanted more and more opportunities to water swat, so you just started stacking them on top of each other. We get it.
Speaking of water swatting, I would really like to point out that if I have to work as hard as I did, low crawling and rolling and all that crap to water swat 2 ducks, it's fucking worth it. That's still hunting.
So if you blast one of these with birdshot and it's been hit multiple times, but it dives anyway, does that make it a holy diver?
Holy,
Holy
diver.
Mike wanted
Thanks, guys.
a more sporting water SWAT experience. He had to gain distance. Oh, I just can't shoot it right here, but I'll smack it on the water back there.
Well, what I was worried about was all the shot like blowing a goddamn hole through it, or
Aim for the head.
so when you have an optic on your gun, height over bore is a thing, and at 5 yards, I don't know the height over bore.
Hi.
Gangster grip it and touch one off.
Or
Listen,
wait a
if you're
minute.
gonna be
shooting.
logical, then
wait.
go fuck
I
yourself.
have an idea. I have an idea. Peek underneath the optic mount to that
Use the
bead
bead.
you were so proud of a few minutes ago.
We
This
can
is why
talk
we
about
do a
height
hunting
over bore here
podcast,
in a
fellas,
minute.
because we're all
Uh,
learning.
Go ahead,
Um,
Vince.
We can talk about the height over bore in a minute when we get to the Coyote Chronicles.
I want to
Um,
hear about the Coyote Chronicles. I'm almost done though.
Almost done. It's been an hour. No, I'm fucking with you.
hour. Not yet. You're not.
I mean, he's not far off.
Well, how long do we talk about a poncho anyway?
Not long enough, sir. Actually, only about 15 minutes total.
We're not even
Actually, not even
debris
that.
yet. Anyway,
Mike.
So when I
have-
first started this journey, I shot a merg and I sent a picture of it to the fish squeezer, and he was like, "Gross." He sent me the green throwy up face, and I was like, "All right, well, I guess these are gross." And that's all I had to go with. So I breasted when I got home on. No, I didn't do it when I got home. I threw them in the fridge in the garage, and then I breasted them all out on Monday morning. I literally did it as the sun was coming up because I couldn't sleep. I woke up at 3:30 in the morning on Monday morning and couldn't sleep. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm up and doing stuff. So breasted out all of the birds and then was like, well, it's like 8 or 9 in the morning, whatever time it was. I guess I could at least make my own decisions on the merganser. And I took one of the breast and I spiced it up with an Edwards. Edwards is a meat market up in Lakewood, and they have a really, really nice dill seasoning that I love on steaks. I sprinkled some garlic salt on that, on the breast, both sides, and then a little bit of the Edwards seasoning both sides, and then diced it up. Sauteed it in a tiny skillet, and then poured egg onto it. I made myself a merganser omelet, and to be honest, it was incredible. Oh, it was so good. It was basically a steak omelet. No, it was you making a face, but it was really good, Dave. Like it was better than making an omelet with steak.
No, I'm there.
You're on
I'm
board,
there.
Vince?
I'm there.
It was so good.
I'm there.
I put minced onion from the sprinkly minced onion, a little bit of garlic powder and some salt in the egg itself. Oh, a whole fuck ton of cheese because I love cheese. And I even still have one breast left. It was a one breast deal. I didn't use both, so I can still do another one. I'm shocked because I had my opinions dictated to me. And to be fair, so many people do, but I was not expecting. I was expecting it to taste like fish ass. Instead it tasted like sirloin. It wasn't ribeye. It was sirloin.
I have a question.
See,
In the Colorado waterfowl group, do you get flamed for ranging ducks?
I don't talk
with a
about that.
rangefinder? Oh,
I get flamed for using an optic on my shotgun, and I also got flamed hard because they were like, I had 3 hens. The limit is 2. Remember when I said earlier?
Duck.
Remember when I said earlier daily? So I shot a drake and a hen on Saturday, and I shot 2 hens and a drake on Sunday. I was well within my limits. So I post the picture of 6 ducks. People assume that I went out for 1 day and only shot 6 ducks in limited, but I was out for 2 days and I shot 6 ducks within 2 days. And I corrected nobody because I was like, you know what? You guys are making assumptions. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't
Hey, if
deserve
you
the
want-
explanation.
If you want, I'll take some nice pictures of my shotgun, and you can post that there and say, "Hey, this is what I'm using next time."
Yes, please.
I was trying to pull up Vince's shotgun earlier, but it won't download the fucking picture for me.
The
Oof.
short answer is everybody on the internet is a fucking expert and think they know everything, and it's quite hilarious.
Including us.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
So,
Yeah, but we're the only ones you should actually listen to.
Yeah, no,
Well, some of us.
100%. I mean, better than the dude. I had one guy who's like, "I hope you were military because Colorado's not open yet."
Why do you subject yourself to this?
Because it's fucking amusing. Like I actually enjoy watching. I expected to get flamed for the optic. Nobody said anything about the optic because I had 6 ducks probably because they were like, "Oh, maybe optics do work." It's hard to flame this guy with 6 ducks when he has an op. You can't hit shit with a not. Well, obviously I can.
Oh, okay. So I was confused about your daily limit and your possession limit, and your possession limit is 3 daily bag limits.
Correct.
So okay.
Which I think a lot of them were confused about as well, which is fine.
No, a lot of
but
them are
educate
terminally
yourself.
online idiots who are just out to fucking look how much smarter I am. You shot 3. Again, why are you subjecting yourself to this?
Because it's amusing watching the idiots. Like
Do you-
I genuinely enjoy seeing people act like morons on the internet.
Yeah.
Do you know what the possession limit of a pheasant is?
Forever?
It's 3.
Less than half
it
an
is
ounce.
3 cocks and 3 daily. Or God damn it! How did you just say it? It's 3 cocks per
is-
day, and then 3. I know what you're doing.
Come on, just say rooster so we can get through this.
Like, you can possess 3 cocks per day, but if you're possessing 4 cocks per day, you're over the line.
If you have 4 cocks, you're wrong. Like I can't call them roosters, Vince, because when I was in Japan, the 67th Fighter Squadron was the Fighting Cocks. So like they're cocks.
You could, no, nobody knows who the 67th Fighter Cock Squadron
Apparently
is.
the
They
winged
do now.
penis
No.
who-
I was
like,
in the
come on.
44th Vampire Bats, but these guys were the 67th.
It's 9
Ooh, I mean-
cocks, by the way.
It is 9 cocks. I was trying to get that out, but we were too busy laughing about cocks.
You couldn't math thinking about cock?
No, I mean, I could count to 9. I just couldn't count to cock.
I don't think we can use that as a show title.
No, I wanted to do the Japanese thing, but I forgot what we said.
It's like I can count to potato, but it's I can count to cock, and does not fly.
I can
As a-
cock to potato.
Show title.
Yeah, gross.
So, yeah, that was basically my military weekend, and I'm really, 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 really stoked to go back out. Like, the fact that I've never shot a mallard on 11 Mile, and that I saw so many.
Oh, that's
only
right.
did I
I
see
beat
so
you-
many, but-
I beat you to a Drake Mallard out there. I forgot about
You
that.
did. You're
'Cause I had that
right.
one basically fly into my face.
Yeah. And I only shot those gadwalls, and you shot that one gadwall hen that you snuck up on.
Oh, that fucking thing that I had to chase out almost to my
Mm-hmm.
waders for getting overflown. But fuck
Yep.
it.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really stoked to. This is going to be a really good season. The reports that I'm reading online about the nesting conditions up north and everything, like, it's just really encouraging. Last year was frustrating, but apparently I'm not the only one. We're not the only ones that were frustrated last year. Last year was just an awful year for waterfowl hunting because the weather never turned that bad up in the north, and they just never got pushed down.
Damn
We're-
Canadians.
Right. It's their stupid Canucks. So, yeah, really, really looking forward to it. Can't wait for the. I'm taking a buddy out this weekend. Sam, if you want to come, you should probably come. But yeah, that's all I got. Vince, tell me about the Coyote Chronicles.
Okay, the Coyote Chronicles. So okay, so we need to back up a little bit, and I've got a dog, right? And he's our guardian dog.
Are you sure he's a dog?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So
I mean,
he's-
you asked me right, and I was just making sure.
Right. He has a condition though, and he has seizures. And sometimes when he has seizures, he'll wander off because he's like lost cognition and doesn't know where he's at, like he's got dementia or something. So Saturday, we think had a seizure while everybody was gone and wandered off because my son said that there was certain clues that he had a seizure. Anyway, that night, about 11 o'clock at night, our other dog, the blue heeler, is out front, and she is just yipping, like rhythmically, like yip, 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 like sounds like she's scared, and I'm like trying to go to sleep, right? And so I go out there to just kick the dog because I want her to shut up, right? And I got my flashlight. I wander outside. I scold her, and I decide I'm just gonna go wander around a little bit, around the house to see if I see, the other dog, to see if he's shown back up yet. And I'll wander around the north side of my house, and then as I'm wandering around the north side, I'm going around and I get to the back, and I'm shining my little, Chicro around, and I see the silhouette of a dog. I'm like, okay, there he is. Wait a minute. That's not my dog. That is not a dog at all. That is a coyote on my back porch eating dog food out of the dog bowls.
Oh.
And I'm in my undies, wearing muck boots and a cut-off t-shirt.
Yes.
I wish
I'm
you
like-
hadn't described that so vividly. and
No. You
Could you
need to
please-
know.
Please
You-
describe more.
I
you get
needed
the
to know, but I wish you hadn't.
What
You
color were
get
the
the
undies?
full Okie experience.
What
what'd you
color undies?
Oh, they were
They were transparent.
spandex.
He was wearing
Black
a shirt and
spandex.
boots.
Mhm.
He was.
All right,
normal
I'm
bucking
ready.
it.
They
Go
was tight. Anyway. So I immediately let out kind of like a half yell, like I'm incensed. There is a coyote on my back porch. And so I go kind of chasing the coyote, and he runs down into the woods. Whatever. And okay, side note, I shine the light on the back porch. Not only is there a coyote, but there is the cat that annoys me that is also on the back porch that the coyote does not care about because there's dog food and it can just eat the dog food. Cat runs off. I'm like, there's a cat and a coyote. I grew up, my cat's being eaten by coyotes. Anyway, it just doesn't make sense. But I'm mad, so I kind of like follow the coyote down into the woods, and it's not wanting to leave. Like, it's just hanging around down there. And I'm like, kind of really annoyed because this coyote apparently, so the past couple of nights, I had heard the dog making the same yipping sound. This was not the first time the coyote had been on the back porch, and it was annoyed waiting for me to leave so it could go eat dog food. Like, this is how we ended up with domesticated dogs. That's how this happened. Like, I'm not going to domesticate a coyote, so I go around to the front of the house and I'm tapping on my bedroom window because we just had the range day and I haven't cleaned out my minivan yet that has all my guns in it. And I finally see my wife like open the blinds. I'm like, unlock the van. And so I go and grab my rifle out of the van after she unlocks it. And I go down there and I look around for that coyote and I can't find it. And it finally wandered off. And I'm like, okay, this is annoying. My guardian dog is gone, the one that would have chased this coyote off or killed it. The other dog is a scaredy cat because I found it like jammed in between the storm door and the front door, which is why it was so loud, because she had crawled in there and was like yipping into a resonating chamber. She was like in a bass drum yipping. So I'm thinking like, okay, I'm going to have to try and figure out how to find this coyote. And, the next morning I'm telling everyone about it. My son's like, whoa. And, he's super into it. Anyway, I'm like, all right, we're the next morning, right? It's Sunday morning. I'm like, we're on our way to getting ready for church. I'm like, I'm going to go out and kind of look around to see if I can find my guardian dog, wherever he happens to be. And I take a step out the front door, and I look out towards the chicken pen, and there is a coyote out there hanging around my son's chicken pen. And I'm like, yeah. So I immediately bolt back inside, grab the rifle from the night before, and start making my way out to the chicken pen, like walking with trees in my way so that, I'm not obviously just wandering out there. I get past the chicken tractor. The coyote apparently was out there because we've had some chickens die lately, and it was out there scavenging chickens that have been thrown over the fence because, they're just dead chickens. So I get out there close, and I do the trick that Dave has told me about, where you just smooch at him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I do that, and then I'll wait. And sure enough, around the old loafing shed that's, surrounded by a bunch of weeds, here comes a coyote. And I mentioned this earlier. Mechanical offset is a thing. I shot underneath this coyote.
Oh.
I am 95% sure. Unless I hit it right down the middle and the bullet didn't hit heart and didn't hit lung and expanded, but didn't expand till it got to gut, basically. Unless that happened, which would just be kind of insane, I missed. So I missed this coyote that's been hanging around the house, eating dog food, and
Just generally getting fat and happy on your fucking dime.
Yeah, and of course it ran off, and the direction it ran like in between me and my neighbor's house, so I couldn't shoot at it more because I would have just unloaded. But it's running in between me and the neighbor's house, and it's on his property. And he's told me if you see coyotes or hogs, shoot them. I'm like, okay, but it's in the wrong spot. So it didn't kill any chickens, didn't kill any ducks, didn't try and dig into anything. It was just out there scavenging the dead animals. I'm like, but now I'm on alert, and I don't know where my guardian dog is.
Still?
Fast forwarding to this day, we have not found him, but I'll get to that in my theory. And so that night, I'm wandering around. I go out after dark. I'm looking around, and I'm inside. And then I hear, the dog being weird, the other dog. And I go, I bet there's something on the back porch. And I go on back there, and I flip on the light, and there's a freaking possum out there eating dog food. I'm like,
impossible.
So I go and grab the gun. I'm like, I'm going to blow this possum's brains out. And I go out there, I open the door, and then instead of playing dead like a possum normally does, it darts into my front porch or my back porch. And I'm like, so this possum lives under my porch. I am this close to living in a Disney movie if I just change my attitude slightly.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to. Haven't seen the coyote again. It has been 3 days. Still have not seen the dog. My big guardian dog. So we're at this point, the chance of him coming back is pretty low, I think. Usually, if he's had an episode and he's gone for a little bit, he'll wander back within a day. Unfortunately, so two things can happen. One, if he has seizures back to back to back, it can make him catatonic where he can't move. So wherever he has them, he'll just be stuck there. And dehydration and, lack of nutrition and all that can take hold. But also, if he has had one recently, he looks very much like you would expect a rabid dog to look. He's slobbering, he's foaming at the mouth slightly, and he may be stumbling and staggering and looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. So I think it's very possible that another neighbor might have seen him. Like he might have wandered onto his property and he might have taken care of business.
Oh.
Which
Shame.
is unfortunate. I did like that dog, but no Raggle Fraggle. He is not out clapping cheeks. He has been rendered incapable of doing so. So that may be the last we see of him, which is unfortunate because I need something that likes to try and kill coyotes in the middle of the night that isn't me, because I'm also trying to sleep train a toddler, and I don't want to be up in the middle of the night. So,
Well, considering you're running basically a soup kitchen for stray animals right now.
apparently, my son's like, can we put out a live trap for that possum? I'm like, yes, and when we catch him, we're going to eat him.
Get the calories back that he's eating off of you.
Like, yeah, like, Dad, are we gonna keep anything off that coyote if you kill it? Are we gonna eat it? No. Like,
Send
I
it
already
to Mike.
have-
Mike will eat it.
I already have
Listen.
one coyote hide in the fridge or in the freezer that I need to go process, and I'm
Same.
not gonna do another one.
Mike will be like, tastes like sirloin, not a ribeye.
I
sirloin."
all thoughts of that happening were gone when Dave held up that pus-filled leg. Done. Nope. No more.
You should have eaten the coyote that I killed last year. Like that
Was he a
coyote
healthy boy?
looked good. Like, if this wasn't a dog that I had just ripped the skin off of, I would think that this looked like good meat. But
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The one that Dave held up, not even close.
I'll send the video after I skinned mine out that I shot last year. It's a pretty good one.
I wouldn't mind try. I want to try possum. Actually, like that sounds fun. I want to roast that sucker. Like, I've heard of people eating the possum.
When a couple years ago, when Sean from We Like Shooting and I were out in Burlington deer hunting, there was a possum. And Sam, were you there too with the
No, that was
possum,
the year
or was that the
before
year
me.
before? Okay, so we were out there, and this possum, we're sitting on these hay bales, and this possum just, is rustling around in the leaves right next to us and wanders out into the middle of the field doing possum things. And I'm like, man, I wish I had a suppressed 22 right now, because that would have been pretty cool. I mean, I like eating weird things, so
During rifle season, I believe that a suppressed 22 is the correct concealed carry in whatever manner you can manage it.
you can do so much with it. Possum walks by your camp, you can pop it right in the face, and the deer are none the wiser. You got squirrels chittering at you, pop them too.
Oh, yes. Ooh, I'm gonna deep fry squirrel the next time I get it.
I would like to try squirrel. I have not yet, but I would really like to.
I
Try
have.
hunting, try
I
eating.
kid you not, it is very chickeny.
Oh,
Okay.
so the squirrel I sampled tasted like absolute dog shit, but it may have been completely just killed over a campfire. So
So
I've go ahead, Vince. Sorry.
okay. So what I've had of them so far, you might not think it, but gray squirrel, which is a little bit smaller, is better than red squirrel. Some of them that we had, they range from like, man, this tastes really good to like, man, this thing is tough as can be, which honestly reflects chicken a lot, depending on the chicken. Because I've had chicken that's really tough, and that's the yard birds that we've killed and butchered and then eaten. And then other chicken is, of course, quite tender and tasty. So,
and some chicken is in fact tuna.
You also have to take into account, I mean, in your case, Vince, probably not, but a lot of people who complain about how things taste don't actually know how to cook them. Such as like a good case
don't
in
get me
point is,
started on this shit.
like a good case in point is making a merg omelet. Like just sauteed the meat real quick,
So
just enough to get it like perfect instead of overcooked. If you overcook wild game, that's a lot of the times, like especially deer meat. If you overcook deer meat, you get the gamey taste. It's disgusting. But you have. So sorry, I'll shut up now.
this is on topic for what you just fucking said, though. I'm supporting your claims. There is a YouTube channel that keeps getting fed into my algorithm, which is Max the Meat Guy. And it's just some, if you are a human being who, when you trim your beard, you shave this straight line along your cheekbone, I hate you. Just so you know, I hate you. Anyway, he has a couple of shorts that popped up in my feed where he's cooking various kinds of, and he cooks like a little coyote meat, and he cooks some beaver meat and elk and deer, but he fucking cooks it all like a beef brisket or whatever. I'm just like, motherfucker.
When you say he cooks it like a beef brisket,
Or one of them, one of the ones I watched was brisket. I can't remember what the other one was, but essentially he's just fucking overcooking the shit out of everything. I'm just like, yeah, no, I haven't had elk yet, but I can tell you, you fucking massacred that deer meat. No wonder it tastes like shit. Yeah,
you should not treat any sort of.
The fucking beaver didn't taste good when I tried to make fajitas out of it either. But you know where it did taste good was in a fucking pot roast.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we need to do? We need a series where we kill random like weird things, but then we just deep fry it, and then at the end we're like, "Yep, that tastes like fried meat."
Isn't that what we do now? Except we haven't done the deep fry thing. So
Oh, you got to
to
deep fry.
The deep
That's
fry
what I'm
thing.
saying. We got to deep fry. We got
You know what? I got that
beaver.
one merg breast. Let's deep fry the merg breast.
Yeah, dude, just cutlets.
Chicken fried merg breast
Yes.
with some country gravy.
Just keep it
God
nice
damn,
and thin.
dude.
Don't let it get too thick. Keep it nice and thin.
Tenderize it first.
No, you just smash it
Yeah.
quarter inch thin. Good to go.
Yeah. Smash it
Well,
down.
Okay. You need a little bit of you need to do a little bit of marination. Just garlic and salt. That's really all you need, and maybe a little bit of the old MSG, but you don't.
Dude,
have to have
garlic
that.
is like nature's miracle spice.
Only
it-
if you're
it is.
using real fucking garlic, though.
Yeah.
It's water
My
soluble
entire-
is the big thing. That's why it's fantastic.
My
Um,
entire culinary life changed when I switched. When my wife stopped buying the big fucking jars of pre-minced garlic cloves that basically are swimming in fluid, and started buying actual like freaking cloves of garlic.
Mm-hmm.
110% fucking difference.
Oh, 100. Yeah, I believe. I
Garlic.
agree. I just
Real fucking garlic. Like
I'm
you
too
sit
lazy
there
to
and you.
make-
Oh no! Stop.
they
being
all
lazy.
have their place.
It
I
doesn't
have. I've
take
done
long.
real garlic before. It's just I can't.
It takes 10 seconds.
They all have their place.
No, they
I
don't.
do believe that.
I'm
do-
not sure
they
Vince
all
is
have their
correct
place.
that garlic has its place, but I still use it.
All I know is I can put a whole fucking
Look,
like
I'm
big
lazy.
scoop of
It has
garlic
its place.
into a fucking thing and not taste any garlic. And I take one of the. She likes to get the elephant garlic because they're bigger, because she thinks they're easier to mince. Whatever. But I
When I
Please
make
calm
my
down.
marinara
So anyway-
sauce from scratch, I use like 2 heaping spoonfuls of the garlic, and
you still can't taste it.
I can because it tastes just like the garlic and herb. Like I use Italian seasoning and garlic in the oil, and it tastes just like Prego garlic and herb. And then I put a couple of spoonfuls of sugar in it if we're gonna make some pizza
Jealousy.
sauce. Well, no, you sweeten it up for the pizza sauce, and man, I make good pizza. So anyway,
Yeah, you
I had
make
some,
good
I had
road
some
pizza.
venison cutlets the other day. I had some steaks left. Just sliced them nice and thin and fried them up.
Mm,
Make sure you
nice.
get that
Mhm.
oil nice and hot,
Mhm.
and they'll tell you whenever they're done. Like they'll look like they're done. It's not like
Mhm.
you can't overcook it.
I'm done now. Get me out of here.
Excuse me, sir, please.
You know the worst part about being on any kind of social media for the past week and a half has been watching all the assholes brag about the elk they shot,
Mm.
but I didn't get out to kill an elk. It's like
Mhm.
motherfuckers.
I've got deer archery opening tomorrow.
You better get on it, sir.
Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Dave's like, I'll just
be
see you guys at the end of the month.
I'll be at work.
Mhm.
Well, man,
We
I-
just figured out.
I
I
think that was it.
would like to point out one more thing about the duck hunt.
No.
Every single time I've gone, I immediately cook every bit of meat I get because it's usually like 1 or 2 birds worth, and I bring them home, and it's just enough meat for me to put on some rice and make bulgogi for the family. I didn't do that this time. I ended up with 3 packages of freezer meat that I now have for next year, and I think
God, I
that's
have
pretty
to-
amazing.
I have to fucking get through all of my goose still from last year. I was not good about getting all my crap eaten. Well, not crap. Maybe I was not good about getting all of my bird meat from last year eaten on time.
If you need help, I like goose, and pulled goose is a very good thing.
You like crane too, so I heard.
I do.
You
I don't
boys got any
I don't
liver?
You know,
I
Dave,
got some birds. I don't know if I have any liver. I might actually have liver. Dave, if I have liver left over, do you want some year-old liver when I drive back down through there?
I sure do.
it can't taste any worse. Genuinely, Dave, Squeezer and I were talking about getting the ducks, and the 2 that I nailed with one shot on Saturday night, I didn't gut. I never gutted them. Didn't gut any of the other birds either. Just threw them in the fridge in the garage, and then dealt with them all on Monday morning. And the way that he was talking, I started to panic about, oh my God, they're going to decompose. No, they were fine. But what I was going to say is next time I go out, I will make a point of gutting them and pull the hearts and the livers for you.
Oh, you ain't gonna do that.
I'm gonna
That's-
though.
I mean, you can,
You're gonna get some duck liver.
but I'm just
I wonder
saying.
how big
I'm not
the
gonna
liver
eat it, but-
is.
I do
Um,
not condone throwing whole animals in anywhere. I highly, highly, highly recommend
Whole ass animal.
getting innards out.
That's the biggest thing that will cause meat spoilage the quickest is the guts, because that's where
Mhm.
all the bacteria is. I remember a meat
And they
eater
retain
episode where-
heat.
Yes, exactly. To that point, however, it's not that big a deal because I took the 2 that I shot and immediately threw them in the cooler. So they got cooled down. They're small animals. When you got bigger animals, I remember in a meat eater episode where Steve went out and he shot a deer or
We
an
don't talk
elk or
about
something like
him in
that.
this show.
Well, we're gonna right now.
No, he's the
And
one.
he's
Steve.
Steve, and he shot the elk, couldn't find it till the next day,
Mhm.
and the guts had already started to rot the tenderloin, so he didn't get to take them. So that's always been on my mind. But you know, ducks are like 2-pound animals. Throw them in the cooler; they cool down quickly. It's no big deal. However, I do think that you're right. Jeff's right. I probably should have gutted those ducks if I was going to plan on being out there and like not.
See, here's the thing. If you're gonna go to the trouble of gutting them, you might as well just fucking breast them.
It's not really that true, like, because you can stick the knife in up underneath the rib cage, open up a slot, reach in with your hand, and rip it all out in about 20 seconds.
Or I can just go.
Unless you want whole duck.
Which
I don't want no whole ass duck.
I would like a whole duck. I do not would like the preparation of whole duck. I'd rather just take the breasts and move on.
There was one time that my dad, when we were kids, we managed to ambush a bunch of ducks at one of the ponds. And so we had several ducks, and he had us pluck them and pull all the guts out of them. And then we cooked the ducks, but we cooked all of the ducks.
Oh, God.
Everybody had their own duck on a plate.
Oh my
And and we did not apparently know how to actually really cook a duck correctly, because I think I managed like a bite and a half out of this duck. It was so like tough. And kind of turned me off a duck for a while, but also I realize now that like, man, we probably shouldn't have done that.
See, that goes back to what I was saying earlier, that sometimes people that say things are disgusting just can't cook.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's a statement. Deer's gross. You just suck at cooking. Try my cooking. If you still think it's gross, then I'll believe you.
Anyway,
Well,
before Sam gets us out of here, I want to go back a little bit to what I did this last week when we had our range day. We had some pretty new shooters out there, and we had a couple of guys who had never shot before, and it was really cool to see someone who had never shot before, or some folks who had shot very little, get out there and get better in the course of an hour.
Yeah.
Just from being around it and doing and shooting stuff they never shot before. There was a guy who had never shot before, was ringing steel at 80 yards with a 22 over and over and over again. It was fun. So you might take a buddy hunting, but maybe take a buddy shooting. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that, Vince.
Mm.
Very good. Like, that's how we all get into. I won't say that. That's how we all.
It's
but
a
like,
gateway drug.
Yes, exactly what I was trying to say. Not in the words, but correct. It is, and then it leads you into other things.
Like more drugs.
Yep. That's why it's a gateway.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
That's all. This has been a long episode.
It's been a good episode.
So, without any further ado, if you liked the sounds of this luscious green woolen poncho, it's a coupon code MOIST at 5-star alterations. If you like the idea of putting a dot on your shotgun, that's also coupon code MOIST, but that's over at Gideon Optics. Don't get them mixed up. You will be very disappointed when an optic shows up instead of a poncho, or vice versa. Try mounting Try mounting this big ass thing on your shotgun. Actually, that sounds really cool.
I can't
You
wait
wanted
for
to wear the poncho.
5-star Alter Optics to come out.
You wanted to wear the poncho, but your gun's there with the Gideon on it, and you get another optic, and you're like, one of us is going to have to change.
Indeed. Leave us a review, or I will hire a gang of hitmen to come into your house, steal all of your bullets, and give them to myself. And in case you don't remember what the hell we say every single week, support the sport, take a buddy hunting and or shooting. If you like that buddy, tell them about our show. If you don't like that buddy, send them on a long road trip to Mordor to throw your favorite duck call into the mountain. Hit us at relegation.com. Thanks for listening, and don't count cocks.
My precious.
Counting cocks.
The duck
is
call,
not
not
a
the
show
cocks.
title. Why do we only have 2 show titles written down?
What was the Japanese one? It was so good.
Because frankly, Kenny G with a shotgun is king.
Okay, fine. Fine, I don't even care.
Leaves me breathless.